There's been a lot of interest lately in a new saddle. It's called Bisaddle. It's a new saddle brand mostly of interest to triathletes. At least that's where I've been noticing it. This is everything that comes in the box. The notable thing about Bisaddle is that the front and the back of the saddle can be adjusted wider or less wide depending on the needs of the user. The saddle comes in two pieces, left and right, and they sit on a plate. And in addition to the ability to move the nose further apart or closer together and the flanges closer and further from each other, you can cant each of the two halves of the saddle just like you would wedge a cycling shoe cleat, so that each half of the saddle is outwardly rotated or inwardly rotated or flat, I guess you might say. This is the plate that goes on the chassis of the saddle that causes the two halves of the saddle to be outwardly rotated. So it's kind of like a dome that you're sitting on instead of a flat, planar saddle. You don't have to use either one of these plates, but if you do use the plate, there's extra screws, longer screws that you'll need in order to screw the two halves of the saddle back down onto the chassis of the saddle. This is what two saddles look like. One has the more concave plate. You can see it's got a sort of a rounder aspect to it, and the other one is flatter. Somebody who understands this saddle could teach a whole semester on this thing. We're going to be riding a lot, talking a lot about the saddle as we go forward.